Gabon when you were in.
Bunch. Yeah, it's just been a minute.
Yeah, I think partly it's because, you know, you and I have had like a weird type of relationship.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of times you've spoken about me in one of your songs. Then you know, people call me. Then people call me at why am I new with TP? But you see, I'm one type of person that understands the industry. I understand how hip hop works, and you know, so for me, half the time I find it funny because I know it's not coming from a bad place. I know it's not that you sat down and you felt bitterness and say, you know what, KB, you know what I'm saying? I think for you it's just like, or just anybody, like even what Juvik says in a song, and you know, some people are like, but they're not going to shoot them. You know what? That might not entirely be true. For him, it's like he just felt he should say something about me.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily.
And I think hip hop is not complete without name drops. Like, that's how I feel. Like
it's always been like that.
It's always been like that. So we just follow what our peers created. So it's something that you just have to do. It's something that just happens.
Yeah.
So it's not. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm dissing KB, but I just feel like, okay, people should know about this situation. Yeah.
You have a weird personality. I think from every rapper that I know.
Yeah.
In person, you're this calm, you know, well calculated type of guy. You know, you think about what you're gonna talk about. You're very, very calm. But when you're on the microphone, you're like a very different type of person. Like you've got like a different personality. You know, like you're very aggressive. You're always talking about how you're number one. You know, you don't care about who thinks they're number one in what they do. You always feel, before anybody tells you anything, like, you know what, I'm the best at what I do, and you believed it before anybody else did.
Yeah, I think that's just how it's supposed to be. For me, I don't see anyone holding the number one spot apart from me.
Yourself.
Apart from myself.
Even when you know some people are better than you.
Yeah.
But you don't believe there's anybody better than you.
I don't believe in that. Like,
no, but we
each and every person is good in their own way. They have the stronghold. They know what they're able to deliver and what TAP is about. For me, I decided to make my music more creative. Like, I don't like to give music just
for the sake of
you
just getting in the studio and just recording it.
And just recording it. I like it to have some chord type of, so that it lasts longer. Longer. That way someone will be listening to the song and trying to figure out what was this guy really talking about.
That's kind of like Nas.
Yeah.
So I try to do premeditate what you want
to put out. And that's what makes me different from the rest of the guys. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I feel it's the same way with producers. I think every producer, I don't think you can pinpoint and say that's the best producer. I think everybody's like, that's the best producer when it comes to that type of music, or he's good with the 808s. This producer is good with the keys. This producer is good with arranging music.
It's like what people say, K-Army music is R&B music.
R&B, soulful music.
It's got these nice chords, you know.
Absolutely.
So even if you do a hip hop beat, people will be like, KB, KB did this beat. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is with musicians and producers.
All right, TB, I want to get straight into this conversation. You know, this is my favorite part. You know, I like to take it, you know, back to where it all started. You know, how we met. I know we met at about the same time I met Alpha. I think I met Alpha, then I met you less than a year. I think I met you the very year when I met Alpha. I met Alpha in 2008. No, 2009.
I think it was a year after.
I think 2010.
Yeah. We met to end of 2009.
End of 2009, correct. Yeah. So Alpha introduced me to you. I don't know whether... No, I knew you first, then I knew Sheffy. Was it? What was the pattern?
He introduced me first, then I introduced Sheffy.
Oh, you're the one who introduced Sheffy to me?
Yes.
Because I remember this time you, Alpha, and Sheffy came to the studio, the time when you had put the Young Energy Movement, Young Energy Movement.
Yeah, and actually it wasn't Young Energy Movement.
What was it?
The group was called Solid.
Oh, the group was Solid, huh?
Yeah, before it changed.
Moved to Young Energy.
Yes.
I'm the one who changed it, yeah?
Yeah, it was Solid. We had me, Alpha Romeo, Sheffy, what's the guy's name?
Is it Red?
Signed by Crisis. LB.
Oh, LB was. LB. Oh, you guys were in the same group.
Yes, and there was one more guy, T-Boy's nephew, his name was Soldier. So we were 5.
I don't remember Soldier. I didn't even know that.
Boys,
I didn't even know that LB was part of it.
It was part of it. I don't know what happened. Obviously, I had some misunderstanding with Alpha.
Yeah.
So and at the same time that happened, he got a deal and went to Diamond Chain. Sheffy decided to go back to the
Copper
school.
Belt. Yeah, I remember.
He went by Evelyn on.
Yeah, then he moved back to the Copper Belt.
Back to the Copper Belt.
Yeah.
Then it was just me and Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we decided to
put that together.
Yeah,
that was very interesting. You know, so I remember, you know, fast forward, you know, so after that solely, then it was just you and Alpha. Then J Cash came into the camp. Then I think Nana, I don't know whether Nana or Juvie came.
I don't really remember like exactly how.
But I remember there was like a 5 of you. There was Brisky.
Alpha introduced J Cash, then J Cash brought Juvik, or the other way around.
No, Alpha brought Juvik.
Alpha brought Juvik, right? Then Juvik is the one who brought J Cash. No. I brought J Cash. I mean, I knew J Cash from the neighborhood. Then I played the stuff to Alpha. Alpha kind of liked it. That's how I brought J Cash on board. Then Juvik came. Then I think Nana came. Was Nana last or what? Nana was the last. No, Nana wasn't the last. Nana was introduced by Daxon introduced Nana to me.
But I brought Nana because I remember meeting Nana somewhere. They said I could rap. Then I said do something for me. Then she freestyled. Then I liked what she did. Then I tried out on the beat.
Yeah, but Daxon brought her in the morning at the studio. It was on a Sunday, I remember.
Oh, is it?
Hey, I found this girl. I don't know. They met somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I found this girl. She can rap. She can do whatever. So we talked. We exchanged numbers, and maybe after 2 days or so. Alpha Romeo shared with me to say, Daxon has brought someone that I already met the person, so this is how we're going to work. We needed a female to just challenge Brisky and to push her to work harder and you know what I'm saying. So
we even had that Young Energy. What anthem? What was that song called again?
Yeah, she's been forever. I don't even remember the song. The intro.
I need to find that song.
The last person was Tishon.
Yeah, Tishon was the last person.
Yeah, Tishon was the last.
But he was not exactly in the Young Energy movement group. I think he was just doing his own thing.
We wanted to have him as our producer.
Yeah.
Because I remember how Tishon came about. Alpha Romeo gave me a demo CD for Tishon. It had 3 songs. There was one song called it went something like then we
recorded it.
You had re-recorded it.
Yes.
So I listened to the 3 songs on the CD. Then I called Alpha to say this guy is good. He's really good. But he had told me about there's this artist in the hood. He's just going around studios making beats, free beats for people. Let's get him on Young Energy and see what we can do. But listen to this demo CD. So I listened to the demo and I convinced Alpha to say this guy is good. We have to talk to KB. But obviously I wasn't in the picture there. You didn't even know that.
I didn't know. So Alpha is one I have that conversation with.
Yeah, so that's how Tishon came about, and it was the last one. But I don't know what happened again. He decided to do his own thing.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started from. Then obviously after that, there were kind of differences, with everybody. I don't know whether you had a difference with me by then, but I know that you had a difference with Alpha, and that sort of put everything in a bad state. I believed at the time when we had Young Energy, with you, J Cash, Alpha, Brisky, Nana, I personally I thought that was going to become the biggest group at the time. It was. Because at the time, the only group that you're competing with, I think XYZ had just...
XYZ.
Yeah, that just, they had... There was Slab, there was Johnny C. What the other? I know Damiano was there as well.
Damiano, there was Raf.
Yeah, Raf Kid, so that was the group that you guys were gonna start competing, but they were slightly ahead because that already started the movement from maybe 2008.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I thought this was gonna be like a really, really. I thought of it like a young, like a young Cash Money.
Yeah, Young Money,
Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was unique and it's coming up pretty well, but it never materialized. I felt that there were so many egos in that group. First of all, you had problems with Alpha. I think you never agreed on certain things. I think you felt that you didn't have to have a leader in the group.
Yeah.
So you rather just, everybody just make contributions.
Those are things that me and Alpha, could sit down and discuss. They say, look, we cannot just have a crew. Let's have one person to lead everyone. Like, we would have meetings where we say, okay, we're gonna have this event. This event will be opened by this guy. We'll close with J Cash. We'll do this. We'll plan everything. But then the issue came in when the small monies were getting. They were not shared equally or nicely.
But the argument is like, why should we share them out equally when I'm the bigger artist?
I have
the songs.
Yeah, it's like I'm selling you guys to the people. And also there was one other guy, Innocent. His name is Innocent.
Jerry?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Innocent Temba,
yeah,
right?
I remember.
He was also part of
I
group.
remember.
Yeah, so we had those differences, and I felt like it wasn't just working right for me. So I felt, let me just leave.
And that's how.
And what really made me leave was when I made that record for Nana, and then
she went to give you the slap D.
She went. I don't know if it's you.
No. Now that you're here,
yeah,
I want to explain what happened. So what happened was, Tishon made the beat. I remember.
Yeah.
Tishon made the beat.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote the verses for Nana, right?
Yeah.
You wrote the verses for Nana.
Mm-hmm.
Then you wrote your own verse.
Yeah.
And recorded it.
Yeah.
So the song was kind of complete.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had no idea that Nana, at some point, when she listened to it, like, you know what, I'd rather have Slap D on it. So I said, it's fine. Then we can keep both. You can have Slap D on it, and you can have a TLP on the record.
Yeah.
So because I didn't make the song per se, so then I discovered later afterwards that they had removed your verse from the song, and they put Slap D's verse on the song, and that didn't sit well with you.
Yeah,
you
that
were
didn't
pissed.
sit well with me.
I think you actually went ahead and talked about it in the song. Okay, like this guy, what is he talking about?
Yeah, that didn't sit well with me because
I'm not the one who removed your verse.
Because I remember my agreement with Nana was, look, the content I'm going to put on this song, like everything I'm writing for you.
That was your concept, though.
Yeah. No,
she
had
came with the concept. Yeah.
She had the concept, but she didn't have the words.
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, the payment for this, what I'm doing for you, is me to have a verse
feature
on this song.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a big song.
Yeah, you knew.
Yeah, I knew that this is a big song. So I have to be a part of it. So after like a week or so, I was driving around with the boys, tunes to QFM. That time QFM was the biggest radio station.
Yeah.
Boom, the song is there. I'm there waiting for my verse. Oh, let me listen to this.
You don't hear your verse.
I don't hear my verse. There's Slap D. So I called Nana, asked Nana, hey, what's going on? She told me no. KB decided that we put Slap D for exposure.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's what
I said.
Yeah. So
wow.
I was like, okay, cool. Let me just forget about it, and I moved on.
But you never called me to ask me.
I don't know why I didn't call, but I just decided. So let me just.
Because if you have called me, you'd have gotten the real.
And that time, I think like a year before, I met Maki too, and we kind of had this conversation where he was telling me about setting up Alpha Entertainments and whatnot.
Yeah, then you signed.
Then he told me, I'll give you a call when everything is ready to, when we're starting this label. So I'm gonna give you a call, you come to the Copper Belt so that we start working. So I was just like, this is maybe even the cue for me to
leave Lusaka.
Yeah, that's how I left.
Yeah, I remember, but it kind of worked out pretty good for you.
Yeah, I think it did.
But we sort of maintained the friendship because even though you would go and talk about things like that in the song, I think when we made it was like a whole different ball game. Because I remember, fast forward to a couple of years from then, you started coming back to the studio. I think that was around 2011, 12.
Yeah, 2011.
You started coming back to the studio. I don't know what we were doing.
That time I was working with Lillian, the Savannah chef. Yeah, we had signed.
She was sponsoring you.
Yeah, we had signed a management deal. So she was just talking to people that she knew back home. That time she was in Switzerland.
She spoke to me.
Yeah, so she spoke to you.
We started recording again. I remember
recording the first song.
We even did that Michael Jackson.
With Roberto.
With Roberto. I remember.
Yeah, that was like the first record after I came back.
And I remember that's about the time when S.A.O. used to come to me. So rest in peace. S.A.O. used to work for Hot FM. We used to come and do adverts. And then you told me that, and I remember it was random. So he says, "I'm looking for somebody to help." Then I asked TAP. He says, "Yeah, I can do it." But were you into production then?
I was.
You had just started.
Yeah, I just started. Actually, I learned everything from me, Kami, and from KB. So cool. What happened that day was, when I met S.A.O. Lungu, was you were busy. I don't know where you were rushing to. So you left me and said, record an advert for me. And I'll come and edit it. I remember. But what happened was, S.A.O. wanted to deliver that advert. So I mixed it myself and gave it
to him.
So when he went, the client loved the advert. And his colleagues at Hot FM liked it as well. They said, "Who did this? We don't have a production guy." Because at the time, Tony Roller Coaster was the production guy. Left.
And I was at QFM, so it was like conflict of interest.
So that's how I was invited for an interview. So you should come do an interview at Hot FM. They're looking for
recommendation.
So that's how I went there. Did the interview. After a week or so, I was called and I started working there.
So you've been working there from then? That was 2012?
End of 2010. I was there for 9 years.
It's been that long?
Yeah, 9 years.
Are you kidding me? That was 2010? My goodness.
2010. So I worked for Hot 9 years as production manager. Later I was given a post of playlist manager.
And you stopped playlisting my music.
No.
Yeah, you did.
That never used to happen.
You stopped playlisting my music.
That never happened.
No, you did.
That never happened.
All of a sudden, I stopped listening to my music.
Yeah, so I started doing playlists. From playlists.
But you stopped playlisting Alpha songs.
No. Alpha's music was good music. And for me, it wasn't about personal issues. It was just about the music. And I was given an opportunity to produce the top 10 at 10.
I remember.
I started producing the top 10 at 10. I did that for like 3 years or 4. I was part of the creative team, so I kind of learned a lot from you and from Hot FM.
And now you've got your own management team going on. Nice, man. Okay, so we get into some of the most personal issues. I want to start from here. You know, people don't know that I actually approached you for a diary verse. So, you know, and you know, a lot of people, and this is a funny thing, and you know, and I love this opportunity because we talk about things that people might not have an idea of. So a lot of people did actually know that before all this, you know, even before you know, I'd called Slap D numerous times, you know, to be on the diary session. I called Bobby numerous times to be on. You know, I actually even sent beats, and I never got response. So when fans want to listen to their favorite artists on the diary session, they want to hear the story. So you know, they start to attack you. Okay, why don't you have this guy? Why don't you have Musa? Why don't you have this? And you know what I'm saying? And you know, you can't go explain to everybody, like, you know what? I actually reached out to this guy, but they didn't get back to me. I mean, you can't. You don't do that.
Yeah, I remember you sent me something.
I did. I think that must have been for Diary 6. I think 6 or 7. I can't remember. So I sent it to you. Then you had the beat for like, I think, close to a month. And you just called me back and said, KB, you know what? I've talked about things similar to this. A lot of times.
We were doing a series with Mzengaman called Kumbuka. Kumbuka. So I kind of felt like it was almost the same concept. So I felt like I've kind of
you talked about it in Kumbuka.
In Kumbuka. So I didn't want to get the same content and
put it on the diary.
And put it on the diary. Even though there were some things that I left out that I feel should be on the diary, but I just felt. But that wasn't just the right time. That was
a big opportunity for you to be like on a diary session, and you just turned it down. You just told me, "Okay, you know what?"
No, this is. I think it was meant to be like that, so that we even make it bigger. So now that people are looking forward to have TAP, we're gonna do something.
So you're confirming that you're gonna be on one of the diaries?
Yes, and I would like to be on the last one.
I don't know when the last one is coming. Because the diary continues. I don't know.
If the 10th diary is going to be the last one, then I should be on it.
I don't think the 10th will even be the last one.
And
I think we might even go up to 20. But by the time we get into 20, you'll be like 45 years old.
Hey, I have a lot of things to say by then.
At 45? That would be interesting.
And we still have 45-year-old rappers.
So you confirming that I actually reached out to you?
Yes, I'm confirming.
You've heard for
reached
yourself.
out to me. But at that time, I was doing something with Nzengaman in the same line as Diary.
I also want to talk about the Musa situation. So, it would have been nice if I had him here and speak about it. Musa is also one of the guys that I've been wanting to get on the Diary conversation for a while. I think I've tried on about 3 occasions. Yeah. You see, first of all, the problem is distance. Musa is all the way in Kasama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I always feel like, for me to get the beat to Musa, he needs to have like a management that is handling him and that sort of thing. So there was a time Musa came to Lusaka, I think 2 years ago. He was recording some songs, so he came to me and says, KB, I want you to do some songs for me. So I told him how much I charge. He said, I've got no money, but I would love you to produce music for me. I said, okay, you know what, I work on barter system, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a small industry. I'll do a favor for you. Next time I'm going to need a favor from you. I probably need a verse for a particular song. I didn't know what I would have loved to get from him. So I did the 2 songs for him. I think we did 3 then plus 1 remix. So I did in total, I did 3 songs for him. So when the time came, I called him, but he wasn't in Osaka at the time. The first time I called him, he wasn't in Osaka. So I called him and he says, oh no, but I'm in Kasama, yada yada, but you can send the beat. But after I tried communicating afterwards, when I tried communicating, he was not really picking up my call. I don't know why. So that passed.
I've spent some time with Musa. I remember the time that he just got signed to Alpha Entertainment. Whenever he was in Lusaka, I used to come to my house, spend the night there, do whatever he's doing in Lusaka, then go back. So I know how Musa's mind operates. Musa is someone who will do something with someone because he wants to, not because you want him to do. You understand? So he will only reach out to someone he wants to do something with.
Not when you want to do something with him.
No. It doesn't work like that with Musa.
Unless if he wants.
So
it's a one-sided situation.
I want to have TAP on my album. I'm gonna have TAP on my album.
Yeah, that's what he walked up in here.
You know what I'm saying? And he said, I know a lot of producers that are dope in this country, but I only want to work with Shinko, and that's what I'm going to do. That's Musa. That's how it works. You understand? So I think that's where that comes from. Is maybe it was just some things that we don't know about that happened. Well,
yeah, but that's not the first time. So the second time he was in Lusaka. So the second time when he came to Lusaka, I was not ready to start recording, but I gave him a heads up. He says, okay, I'm in Lusaka, but I'm coming back in Lusaka next month. I said, okay, that's cool, because I don't want to start recording something that I will finish 3-4 months later, because so much would have happened in that period of time. So everything that I record normally is just within that period. Like, if I start sending the beat, it's just within that month that I put everything together, then put out the record. So I told him, I said, okay, you know what, when you're coming to Lusaka, let me know. So it so happened that he didn't come, so I called him the second time. Oh no, I'm ready for the diary, yada yada yada. Then this is what he told me. I said, okay, you know what? I said, that's not a problem. I said, okay, but here's what happened. You came to Lusaka like 2 years ago, and you walked in, you wanted to record. I told you how much I charge, and you said you have got no money to pay for it. Then I said, okay, cool, I'm going to record you. Then, we're going to work on a barter system. I do something for you, do something for me. Have you forgotten that? That's what he answered me. I need to pay the producer, I need to yada yada. So I asked him, how much do you need? So he told me the amount. I'm not going to say the amount. He told me the amount of money that he wanted. I said, okay, no problem. If that's the case, because I understood, he doesn't have a studio of his own. He has to go to another studio. They have to record and they have to email the stuff. So he asked me to send the beat. I sent the beat, and after checking on WhatsApp after 2 days, it never tick, like the message
Oh,
never.
he didn't check the message.
I don't know whether he just decided to go offline after that, and the message just never went just after that. And I tried to call him, he didn't pick up my call.
Oh yeah.
So after that, it's one of those where I have so many other options, and that's how I just left that, and I went for the other options, and and whatnot. So that's how we went ahead and completed the diary without him.
Maybe we're just having a rough time, just coping with life and what it presented at the time.
Yeah.
Looking at just left Alpha Entertainment, there was so much going on.
Yeah.
There was this Musa that, Musa
and there was so many rumors going around.
So many rumors about Musa going around. So I think he needed time to just
reflect.
Reflect on what's going on, and then come back and do something. But it happens for a reason. For me, it happens for.
But you are so calm now. The TAP that I know was your music. You're so rude. But like I said, when I sit and have a conversation with you, it's always a positive conversation. And I can say this, to everybody that is watching this. You and I always have very productive conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever been in a situation where we sit and we're just having like empty conversation. It's the same thing with Maki too.
Yeah.
There are very few individuals. There's certain people like when you're having a conversation, they're just talking about how they got drunk yesterday, and you know what I'm saying, or how they met these girls, and you know what I'm saying. And we've never had that type of conversation. Our conversation has always been productive. Like we sit down, how can you grow this, and how do you see the industry moving, and you know what I'm saying. We share ideas, and it's
just the other day I was sharing the how to grow your YouTube channel tips. I got that, and the first thing that came to mind was KB.
Yeah. But I've been doing a lot of my own research as well, and just talking to other people like Roberto, and just other people, and I know this information is very good information that you share with a lot of people, because, and I always say, it's a very small industry. It's not worth it to keep all the valuable information to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why do you want to die with such good information when you can pass it on to other people? I kind of feel like some people like to hold that information because they feel like
and that's the only way our industry is going to grow. The more we learn to say, we cannot all be friends.
No, but
we can
share ideas.
You can share ideas.
For me, I feel that's the only way the industry is going to grow. And this, I won't lie to you, this mostly is the kind of conversation I have with Maki too. Every time me and Maki, even at the gym, if we spend 30 minutes, trust me, that 30 minutes, there's going to be a lot of information that when I go back and see that, say, wow. That was an eye-opener. Like even today, we're talking about, I'm not going to mention what, but we were talking about something important. You told me something that I didn't know. The other day, I was talking to somebody about something that I learned. So when I put all this information together, we're able to, know exactly which direction we're headed to. And I feel like we're going to help the younger generation, be like in a safer place. Because we hustled. Like our struggle, our struggle was so bad.
Like the new wave, no disrespect. The new wave have it
very easy.
It's here.
And this is what I get.
We used to do promo CDs, a lot of
100 CDs. Brinko CDs you go buy from Kamala.
City Market.
Just
distributing.
Taxis,
buses.
I know.
All the time. We would have I'll give an example. Me Alpha, Stone.
Stone.
We get to my bags full of CDs.
I remember.
Just going club to club. Drop one here, drop one there, drop one here, drop every day. But there's internet today. Everything is digital.
I remember how back then because we didn't have internet. So for a song to blow, it would take at least just in Lusaka 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6
for other towns like Livingston.
I don't want to use piratas.
Permanent, not piratas, sorry.
Distributors.
Permanent house.
Whenever you find a CD written mashup, those CDs used to go like very, very far. Like you knew where to take the music.
No, they did so much. This mashup. What's his real name though? The name always runs out.
Is Mwinga something?
He really helped the industry. There was a guy called Lucas. It's Lucas, huh?
Lucas and
Lucas may so rest in peace.
There's Topman. There's
those Topman. Topman. Always shouting him out. It was my thought. Here's another thing I've discovered about you, TP. You have refused to go with the trends. Most of my friends, most of the artists are always obsessed about I need to make a hit record. I need to have this artist, you know, while it's hot, put him on the record. I know it was never easy when you started off, you know, but you have sort of had your fan base. I kind of feel like you've reached your peak. You know, like people know exactly who TAP is. Like even when there's a show, they know what to expect from TAP and TAP's music. How did you manage to do that?
First things first is I learned that as an artist, or you know, could be any form of creative, but as an artist, you don't have to go in the studio to look for a hit song. I just go in the studio to create. You know what I'm saying, and give it to the people. Whoever wants to listen will listen. Whoever doesn't listen to it. Doesn't listen to it. So I work on that principle. So I just go in the studio to make music. I'm an artist, and my work is to create.
And truth be told, and here's the funny thing, truth be told, majority of the hit records that we did them like that. And I remember when I was doing stuff for Alpha Romeo, I think I was one of the first producers that didn't necessarily make commercial music for Alpha. Like it was not like the usual, like even when you listen to, let's say for example, Rumor had like a R&B bounce, and you know, like even President. So when you're making it's like when
President
you're making it
will always be my favorite.
So when we're making it, it's like you just want to make like really good sound. You know what I'm saying, and you leave the rest to the people. There's some songs that when I was making, I was not even thinking like, oh, this is gonna be a big song. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name at least even from top of my head, like even 15 or 20 songs that we just made because we're just having fun.
We're just having fun in the studio.
We're just having fun. You know, where you're not even thinking like, this song is probably gonna be like, even like for example the B-Flow song, the one with Judy, Cry of a Woman. You know, he just came with the concept, and I thought it was a good concept. You know, it's one of those where you're not thinking this is gonna be like ultimately like one of the biggest songs that particular year.
Easy, you can tell if an artist is trying so hard to make a big song. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're trying to follow trends.
Yes, they're trying to follow trends and just keep the name up there. But for me, making music is a very complicated creative process, and it requires one to understand what exactly you are doing. So if you go in the studio to make music, go in the studio and just make music. Don't go in the studio
and make
to
music
look for
the
a
right
hit song.
That's true.
If you trying to find a hit song, you'll never find it, because at the end of the day, it's the people that make the song a hit.
That's true.
Because I can tell you before Vanono came out, I had a few, like 3-4 producers that told me to say, there's a song by Makitu, it can't beat your song with your maps. You know, it's not a good song, it's not a word. But look where the song is. The people decided to say...
It officially hit 1 million views on... people decided. Of course. People make the songs the hit songs. You're very smart, TP.
Thank you, sir.
I always say that, you know, you're a well-calculated guy. I enjoy having conversation with people that smart and, you know, always have something to contribute, and, you know, and this is what people don't know. I learn from everybody. I learn from you. I sit down, I have an honest conversation with you, and, you know, I pay attention, and I'm picking up things, and I'm learning something, and you would never know. You never know who you're going to learn from. So it's not like because I've been there before you, so only you can get advice from me. I can get advice from you.
For me, the two things, you know, love, hate, whatever, all these things were created to create a balance. Like it's supposed to be like this.
Are you currently in problems with a couple of artists?
I haven't had like conversations with a lot of them. The only person I would say not really a problem is Shefi. Like there's this a bit of a, you know, a distance between. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that
time.
out.
He doesn't pick up the calls,
time. Sometimes calls go unanswered, no responses from WhatsApp. He was supposed to be on my Red album, he wasn't there. But let me leave this content for Diary. For Diary 10.
So TAP is confirming
on alone.
Okay. So we're currently on Diary 8. So TAP is confirming it's going to be on Diary 10.
Diary 10.
You never know which one is going to be on. So
Diary 10, and it should be produced by COG, yourself, myself. You should have your maps on the hook, and should have some vocals in the background by Kantu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have decided what you want.
Yeah.
So you want to have like your own special
and send it to me, my own.
So TAP got balls, huh?
Of course.
He's telling me what he wants to be there. Okay,
Yeah.
that'll be very interesting. Yeah, no problem. When we get to that, we get to that, and let's just conclude it. Just quick ones. I know you've been listening to music for a long time.
Yeah.
And we can both predict what's going to happen. I can tell you now that there's going to be a revolution. Like I'll give you an example. If you followed like the music industry, like in the States, there was an era where there was the Nas, the Jay-Z's, the DMX. That was like pretty much the same era.
Yeah.
They had their run. Then 2003, no, early 2000, Eminem came through.
Yeah.
Eminem came.
Yeah.
Then 50 Cent came. There was the Fabulous era.
The Lloyd Banks.
That's when
the G Unit
came.
Yeah.
That moved after that. Was it like the Ludacris era?
Those
Ludacris, Nelly.
Yeah, the
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that there's a pattern here. If you remember when the industry was starting off, from where I can remember it, there was the Dannies, then came the Chameleons, the Hamovas, the Aussies, the Petersons, the Slap D's, the Maki 2s, the Alphas, and now it's kind of transitioning. Like there's always these movements that is happening.
Yeah.
Can you predict it?
I've been watching the transitions from outside Zambia, how everything has been changing.
Yeah.
I think we headed that path.
Yeah.
But then
we're still a little stuck here.
Yeah, a little stuck here and there because I feel there isn't much of the content that the new wave is putting out cannot equal
what the past.
Yeah, what the past. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult for people to switch
immediately.
Yeah, because it's not.
But it's inevitable.
The sound is new.
Yeah.
But what's being talked about?
So you're saying the new school are not yet? That's a good conversation.
Yeah, but it's something that can happen. Yeah.
So who do you think possibly would? Like, who do you think is going to lead the new school?
Female side, I think. Natasha Chansa got the vibe.
Oh yeah, Natasha.
She's got the vibe. Coming. She's creative.
She's definitely coming.
She can sing.
She can rap. She can produce actually.
Yeah.
She can produce. She
For
can
real?
play. Yeah, she can produce. Most of the songs, like even the We Got the Fire.
Yeah.
That was basically 80% was just how she told me what she wanted.
Yeah.
She wanted, this is what I want.
And that's being an artist.
That's being an artist. Like even when I was mixing it, she came and say, so we started to arrange like I want the percussions here to change.
Yeah.
I don't want a kick here. I want it, you know what I'm saying? I want it to have a break here. I want this one to come here. I want Cleo's verse to start like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, this T-shirt part, can you remove this and keep this? You know what I'm saying? That's part of being a producer. So you don't just get credit for everything.
She's already doing it. That's if she continues, with the push and just going hard like she is now.
Yeah.
Because there's always this relaxation thing that comes whenever you hit a certain level in the industry.
That's true.
Yeah, like for example, I haven't heard content from females in a while.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, apart from the sensation I heard from Cleo.
Yeah.
Bombshell's last record was what?
Can't remember. Backshot. Yeah.
And it's been months. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard from Wes either.
You know.
But Kantu has something new coming out.
Yeah. So if we get someone who's like consistent with putting music out, video, it's going to work.
What about from the guys? I know there's a lot of new school guys that are coming up. So can you mention one or two?
One or two
that you're listening to right now that you feel like
this person I'm going to mention, I didn't start listening to them today.
Yeah.
Like I know Jedi from way back.
Yeah, me too.
From way back.
Yeah,
they used to have
hustling.
a group called The Kicks.
Yeah.
With his friend Kessler. I've been listening to Jedi and I always knew that one day
this guy's gonna go.
But the new school are doing their thing. They're doing their thing.
I was having this conversation with, I can't remember who. He was telling me that the sound is definitely going to change. The new school feel that whatever the case, people are going to jump on the wave. Look at what happened to people like even AKA. AKA predominantly, you know, raps in English, but you know, he's probably like for the longest of time, for the last 10 years or so, he was like one of the biggest SA rappers. Like he was always in the top 3.
Yeah.
Because they changed it. You know, before them in Zola used to rap in the typical.
Yeah.
So they kind of feel like the same could happen here because the younger generation are listening to the Screw.
Yeah, this is what the
this is like everywhere, even Kwamena ghetto, the younger generation are on that vibe. So they kind of feel like in the next 2 years that is bound to happen. I mean, if some of these old school guys still kind of holding on to their old, they're at risk of Sadirako.
Yeah, but
but you are moving with trends.
Yeah, the thing is, these guys have an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Everything is digital now. It's very easy to do things. It's very,
get around.
very easy.
Yeah, that's true. All right, man. It's always nice having you. You know, I'm thinking maybe if I don't think we've exhausted everything because you know the time. Now I've realized that the time is so minimal to kind of have. Because we normally have this normal conversation. Sometimes we see like for 3 hours just, you know, sharing ideas, but, you know, giving it as content to people.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we don't necessarily give out everything. So if I feel like there's still things that we want to talk about, there's only going to be a part 2.
Of course.
Yeah, stay safe, man. Self-distancing.
Yeah, self-distancing.
Yeah, man. We need to sanitize after that.
Of course. We just have to.